Is this on? You're way ahead of me. I'm going to go ahead and call the meeting to order. This is the City of Meridian Solid Waste Advisory Commission, a special meeting for Wednesday, August 5th. It is now 5 minutes after 4, and we'll start with roll call. Please indicate if you are connected or present. Mark Nelson, Steve Corey, here. John Keating.
Here.
Meg Larson.
Here.
Isabel Cow.
Here.
We'll move on with ex officio members, Councilwoman Liz Strader and Rochelle Klein.
Here.
Quorum being present, we'll go ahead and proceed with the business. First is approval of the agenda. Hopefully you've had a chance to look at it. Are there any comments on the agenda? Any comments or motions on the agenda?
Mr. Chair, I would move to approve the agenda as written. Second.
It's been moved and seconded that the agenda be approved as written. Are there further comments? Sensing the commission is ready for a vote, all those in favor of approving the agenda as written signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed, nay? The motion passes, so we'll go ahead and proceed with action items, of which we have new business, okay, and there's just one item, which is consideration of a presentation for 2021's proposed industrial rates. This would amend and complete the package for consideration by the City Council. Really, what I should do is turn it over to Rodney.
All right, thank you, Commissioner Corey. What you should have there in your packet is the industrial rates, which have been added to the residential and commercial rates, are already taken action on. The industrial rates, similar to the other rates, have been broken out in additional columns for disposal and transfer station fee, and then their service rate. And we've restated the 2020 rates consistent with the change in disposal cost, or an increase in disposal cost for the transfer stations from $22 to $29 a ton. So we've restated those. We've calculated all those rates to make sure that under the current year hauls that restating those rates resulted in no change in the rate to Republic Services at all. It held them flat. And then we rolled those rates forward using the CPI for service increase, and then the disposal increase, again, from $22 to $29 a ton, and adding in the franchise fee. So Again, those rates just reflect those two changes, the change in CPI at 2.64%. That's 90% of the change in CPI, and the increase in disposal. The transfer station fee, you'll notice, is only applicable to to halls which do actually utilize the transfer station. There's no transfer station fee for recycling, nor are there transfer station fees for halls which would not go to a landfill or transfer station, and that would be things that are diverted, such as clean wood halls, which are recycled, clean rock as another item. So again, the transfer station fee only applies to halls that would utilize the transfer station. Pretty straightforward on that, and I guess I'll see if there are questions.
For the record, Mark Nelson has joined us. Members of the commission, do you have questions of Rodney?
Mr. Chair, Rodney, can you comment on the asbestos item? This looks like something that wasn't a rate last year. Perhaps it's broken out from something that was included.
Yes, the asbestos rate actually was a reduction. Depending on the size of the hall, I believe it was 800, and I believe the 800 was a lower rate on the smallest box. That was the Ada County rate. They've gone to a straight $29 per hall on that. So that was a huge reduction on that particular hall, and there's very, very few halls which would have asbestos in them. There is another rate on there for halls utilized or taken to Idaho Waste Systems. That's a particular hall for a particular disposal site, which really doesn't get utilized. I can't think of a reason why we would actually utilize asbestos taken to Idaho Waste Systems when Ada County is so much closer to any hall that would come out of Meridian.
Thank you.
If there are no further questions of Rodney, then I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to staff for their conversation about the proposed rates. Tom?
Thank you, Mr. Chair, members of the commission. Staff have vetted this very, very in-depth, along with our analyst. We've worked very closely with Rodney on everything that was going on in the development of these rates. Staff have concluded these rates are right where they should be and recommend to the commission to accept and move these rates on to council.
Members of the commission, do you have questions of Tom?
Mr. Chair, I'm prepared to make a motion to accept the industrial rates as presented and forward them to council with a due pass recommendation.
Thank you. A motion has been made to approve the rates as presented. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded that we move the rates on for consideration by City Council with a due pass recommendation. Are there further comments? The chair has one question for Rodney. Your letter that you had drafted at our regular meeting did a really good job of explaining the residential cost changes. Will that be enhanced to go ahead and cover all the changes for industrial and commercial? before it goes to City Council.
Yes, Commissioner, that will be, we will update that to incorporate all the rates and all the changes that are involved.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Commission, is there any further comments on the motion? Sensing the commission is ready for a vote. All those in favor of approving the motion, which is to pass the industrial rates along for consideration by City Council with a do pass recommendation. If you're in favor of this, signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed, nay? Motion passes. Thank you very much. Our next meeting will be the regular meeting on August 26th. Prior to moving through this, is there any further business that we need to be considering as a commission at this time? Very good. Then we will go ahead and pull together the topics for the August meeting and get those out to you fairly quick. As always, if there are subjects that we're not covering, please pass them to Tom and I, and we'll get them onto the agenda. But I very much appreciate you making time to take care of all of this. With that, I will go ahead and declare this meeting adjourned. It is 15 minutes after 4. Thank you all for attending.
You, sir.